looks like it belongs.
Sarah was right to be wary of this place. But it's your birthright, and I think after everything you've been through, you can handle it now. The two of you, as well as your mother, are the last of your kind, the blood. Your lineage follows an unbroken line to the old gods themselves. And if you call upon them, you might just find they're actually listening. They won't work miracles for you, but their blessings can be quite useful in the right circumstance. Why don't you ask the goddess Ashtur for her aid in dealing with that barrier over there?
Blessings of the goddess.
After all this time, it's still just as beautiful as the first time I laid eyes on it. It's hard to believe Lilith and Caretaker brought this place all the way from Transia. Of course, it was no coincidence that they wound up so close to Salem. This area is particularly attuned to the forces of magic. That's why the Elder God's influence was so prevalent here. And why our sanctuary here has remained all but impregnable over the centuries. And now I'm rambling on like an old sorcerer supreme. Why don't you come see me in the library tomorrow night? Oh, and let's keep this just between the two of us for now. I'm afraid Sarah, Caretaker, isn't ready to see me yet. Good night, Hunter.
You better make time for her. Unbelievable. So good.
Feeling good today, girl?
Is this thing on? Hunter, please come to the forge at your earliest convenience. Again, that's Hunter to the forge. Thank you. Strange out.
We still have so many more movies to show you, like 70s grindhouse movies.
She does not see it happening. She believes in our purpose. It is one of the elemental rods. goddess must be busy. The goddess of order approves. Oster smiles upon me. Noble Oster guides my hand.
Just what I was looking for.
This is which side?
Super easy to hang out with you, Hunter. Hey, for someone they just dug up, you look pretty fresh. Hey, I've been meaning to ask. Food must be completely different. Now it's all pre-packaged and preserved. Are there any meals you miss from 300 years ago?
Agatha made a pumpkin stew. I can still remember the taste.
With a dash of cinnamon? Oh, I love that. I wonder if she wrote down the recipe. Ugh, now I'm getting hungry. Let's wrap this up and raid the kitchen before Doctor Strange heats up his funky-smelling leftovers. Our moonscapes look nothing alike.
Hunter, just in time. His royal weirdness and I were deciding what to do with that nasty little Hydra gift box you found.
Ah, yes. The spooky crate?
The very one. Though it is far from any mere container, I assure you. I am detecting powerful emanations from inside. If this is a sign of what Hydra is after, I fear we are all in grave danger.
My offer still stands. I could fly the thing up and nuke it in orbit. Only way to be sure.
Or we could open it, Tony, and perhaps use the mystical energies I sense inside to our advantage.
Yeah, I heard a "we" in there. Green goopy gamma serums are one thing. I'm not opening boxes full of mummy curses.
You don't have to. Hunter, if you'll allow me.
Your second funeral, boss.
Whatever artifact is inside, it's better off than ours. If Hydra is now working to acquire mystical antiquities, then our situation is very dire.
And you think you can do it with whatever's in the container?
I just wonder what it could...
I hope the two of you create something powerful. I want to stop Lilith quickly and decisively.
As I said, I'm sure it can... His discomfort with the esoteric nature...
But Tony's eccentricities aside, I know you can make this work.
Right now, with the sanctum out of my reach, I'm fighting with one hand tied behind my back. If I can find items to research, I can...
I look forward to seeing...
Me too, Hunter. Now, all this talk is going nowhere. Step up to the anvil, Hunter. It doesn't bite. Are there any curses I should be aware of? By the hoary hosts of Hoggoth, I can hardly believe it.
What? Is it worse than you expected?
No, it's totally unexpected. It's the Eternity Dagger. This was in a place of honor in my bedchamber in the Sanctum for years. The Sanctum Sanctorum is no common domicile to be burglared. These barbarians have no idea what they possessed.
Or perhaps they did. Maybe these artifacts are exactly what Faustus and my mother were after to begin with.
A distressing thought. If they had my dagger, then who knows what others of my priceless possessions have passed through their greedy fingers. The cube of nothingness. The tear of Profia, and most worrisome of all.
Your toothbrush? You, had a little coffee thing going on this morning with your breath?
Oh, Tony.
Sorry. Doc's right, Hunter. I drank 3 glasses of holy water just to walk through the Sanctum's front door. Place is like a doomsday vault for all sorts of supernatural nastiness. We need to put a lid on this mess. Pronto.
I believe Carol is already working on it.
At last. Now that this artifact has been returned to its proper owner, we shall see if we can make use of the mystic forces contained within. These were relatively common at one point in history.
Let's get started, Dr. Spooky. How's it going, boss? No keeping out. What do you think? Tony is working.
Always a pleasure.
Hey, Hunter, got a sec to spare? you've been here more in the past few days than I have since... ever. The forge is pretty badass, but the creature trapped inside riles up my own inner demon. Speaking of, there's something you should know about me.
You are bonded with a spirit of vengeance?
Damn, you're good. How could you tell?
You are not the first spirit of vengeance to join the Midnight Suns. I fought beside another, just a few days... 3 centuries ago.
Oh man, sometimes when I have crap to work through, I like to get my blood pumping. Why don't we hit the yard for a sparring session? I know Sparky's excited to meet you.
Sparky?
That's what I call my spirit of vengeance. His real name is something you'd see written on a symbol, but with like 12 apostrophes. Also, he's not allowed inside after the incident with caretaker Sumerian sofa.
It would be my honor to spar with the spirit of vengeance.
Wow, he's real excited. Never thought he'd get bouncy, but here we are. Okay, let's do this. I'll get Blake to set things up. Won't take a minute.
I will head to the yard. When you and Sparky trade places, what does he look like?
He's the guy with the flaming metal skull and hellfire chains. Kinda hard to miss.
What is this? Curious.
Hunter, ready to get your burn on? I'm talking time to take it to the next level. We've got plenty of tricks for old dogs. No excuses here.
Like playing with fire, huh? Hellfire forges the strongest steel. Peace. Bad guys better start running.
You ever get in a horse?
What is a horse chase?
Like a car chase, but with horses. Did you ever drift a horse? Maybe on a frozen lake or something?
I had a horse with 4 trick knees. If I whistled a certain way, she would stop on a shilling and then run backwards.
Oh, no way! What's a shilling?
Does not matter. One time I caught a bug in my mouth mid-whistle. She stopped, gave me a sour look, and started running sideways.
Oh, wow. Could she run sideways the other way?
No, she was a 3-speed.
I needed that.
I know.
I'd pay to see a sideways horse chase.
Oh? How many shillings?
All of them. Wish we could...
Hunter.
Bad guys better start running.
I need to get something off my chest.
Go for it.
I can't stand vampire movies.
Why not?
Why do you think? They take vicious killers and present them as tragic and misunderstood.
Perhaps vampires are making movies about themselves to garner sympathy.
I used to think so. I spent a month in Los Angeles running it down.
And?
Maybe back in the day, but now, studios throw anything at the wall to see what sticks. That's all.
Is that why there are movies about... what did Nico call them? Sparkle vampires?
You know, I didn't hate those movies. Thought I would.
Why not?
Sparkle vampires don't exist. For me, it was fiction. Although, I did root for the werewolves. We should do this again. So I'm back. That was cool. We better get back to stopping the prophecy now.
There's much for you to learn from the spirit of vengeance.
Hunter, report to the war room. We've got a mission.
You called for me, Captain?
Keep telling ya, Carol works too, but yeah, I did. Now that Tony's finally starting to get a handle on his gremlin problem, I've been able to put Central to good use. Got a lead on some particularly gnarly Hydra operations happening in the city. But we need to move fast if we want to intercept them in time.
Then let's get going.
My thoughts exactly. There's just one problem, though. We seem to have lost our gatekeeper, Magic.
Lost?
Well, I updated her on the mission. She said something I can only assume to be a prolific swear word in Russian and disappeared. Literally. And with no magic...
There is no passage to New York, or anywhere for that matter.
Now you see my problem.
Do not worry, Captain. I will locate and alert her of the team's needs.
There's that can-do, get-it-done, old-timey prophesied savior of humanity attitude I was hoping to see today. Still, you better hurry. Not sure how long Hydra will remain in their current position.
Then I shall make haste.
Yes, you hate...
What is it, Charlie? Find something? I will see if I can find you a treat later.
Привет, Hunter.
This room belonged to the Scarlet Witch, did it not?
Wanda. It belongs to Wanda. Let me guess. You are to ask me to do the one thing the others value me for. Opening their precious portal. Well, I am in the middle of something. Come back later.
It is never easy to lose a comrade. I know this too well.
We did not lose Wanda. We let her go. Before any of this started. Wanda's first grimoire. Agatha gave it to her when she was teaching her witchcraft, the dark arts. She was trying to help Wanda control her powers. She would never let me read it. So now I read it.
That is no child's book. Lose focus for 1 second and be lost completely within its pages. Let me guide you through it.
You do not own the darkness, Hunter. I was also raised within it. So much so I barely remember a time without it. And now Wanda has this in common with us too. I know what she's going through. To come face to face with true evil itself. To be dragged to some hell dimension so hot that your soul is scorched black. Your heart so filled with soot that it chokes out all the bright parts of you. Until you are just a dark thing of smoke and ash. I cannot let such a fate happen to her.
We will find her. I can feel it.
And just who will find her? Caretaker? The Avengers? Do not try to fool me with your false empathy, Hunter. I know Caretaker will never waste the resources looking for her.
Ileana, just open the portal.
You are like an Avenger. All you do is take, take, take. You expect too much. Okay, I will open your damn portal. It is times such as this that I wish someone else here could drill holes through space and time. Perhaps Doctor Strange should spend less time tinkering with Tony Stark in the Forge and focus more on his magic. No matter. I will be there when you are ready, Hunter. Goodbye. Yes, hello.
There is my ferocious Charlie girl.
I take it you found our gatekeeper. Then let me explain what's going on. When Hydra isn't preoccupied with world-ending scenarios, they spend a lot of their free time terrorizing the citizens of New York through various low-level operations. It's fairly routine stuff for heroes these days, and worst case, we'll still get some fresh intel in the process. Why don't you check the mirror table and see what we've got on our plate? I did the math. It would actually be faster for me to fly.
So what is stopping you?
The shockwave would shatter most of the glass in my approach path.
Ah, that is not good.
Yeah, I try to be considerate.
Do not stray from path.
We're sending you straight to the coordinates Captain Marvel identified in New York. Dr. Banner has confirmed that the gamma signatures in the area match those of Faustus's weapon. We need to recover whatever intel we can if we're going to find out exactly what's going on down there. Looks like Captain Marvel was right on the...
Heroes. A single world-ending calamity is never enough to satiate your appetite for destruction. You insist on meddling further, forcing our hand yet again.
Oh, that's just lovely. Faustus has a radio. I'm assuming whatever Hydra is attempting to flee with on that chopper is our target. I suggest we stop it and see for ourselves.
Begins.
Well, that's exciting.
Trying to flank.
Once again.
As ordered.
You don't even know what it is you're pursuing. The Gamma Disruptor you so narrowly escaped with in our last encounter. It's only the beginning.
Show yourself to me, Faustus. I will open more than your eyes.
Such ferocious spirit. You truly are your mother's child, Hunter.
Weak, even for Hydra. I feel more like myself every day.
No run.
I had heard you were more than just a gatekeeper.
Consider it done.
We serve until the end. For victory!
I have spotted enemy reinforcements.
That's still...
The last thing we need is for that pompous buffoon to win today. Stop that chopper, please.
With pleasure.
Is that all?
These monsters are wild and unpredictable. These Rentamurks have no gumption.
Taking the shot.
You will pay for your mistake.
Our loyal soldiers aren't the simple punching bags you've come to expect, are they? Somehow these humans, these mere mortals, dare to stand against ye fearsome gods! All is possible with Mother!
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
Sure I can't change your mind?
I am impressed.
Ready? Next time, it will be forever. This will help
You had your chance to escape.
Nice move.
You have earned this! Hail that! Maybe you do not realize the trouble you are in, friend. Never surrender!
They keep coming for me. Luckily, I'm a glutton for punishment.
I've been...
Regroup and await reinforcements.
You're ready now!
You don't even know what it is you're pursuing. The Gamma disruptor you so narrowly escaped within our last encounter was only the beginning.
Show yourself to me, Faustus, and I will open more than your eyes.
Such ferocious spirit. You truly are your mother's child, Hunter.
Some for the rest of us.
Forever in service.
What makes me so popular?
No retreat! You have nothing to fear.
The last thing we need is for that pompous buffoon to win today. Stop that chopper, please.
With pleasure.
You brought me some good stuff.
How invigorating.
Seems like it'd be cheaper just to replace you guys with robots. I bet Tony would cut Faustus a deal.
Hydra Immortalis!
Persistence is not always admirable.
Engaging target!
Our loyal soldiers aren't the secret punching bags you've come to expect, are they? Somehow these humans, these mere mortals, dare to stand against three fearsome gods! All is possible with Mother!
always one way of making your presence known.
Now is the gods would not stand before us as arrogantly as you.
Well done. Seems like that's the last of them.
Last? There are more heads to the Hydra than you will ever comprehend, heroes. This is a minor setback at most.
Well, at least we don't have to listen to you any longer today. I consider that alone a victory. Well done. If Hydra wasn't paying attention before, they are now. Stay sharp.
Count on it. Feeling a chill, Magic?
You could say that. I've been staring at the night sky trying to figure it out.
Figure what out?
You're observant, Hunter. You tell me.
You were trying to figure out how to bring Wanda back.
Close, Hunter. But no. Something much more sinister has grabbed my attention.
Sinister?
When I was holding the transdimensional door for you back there, I sensed something was at the docks with you. Something dark and familiar.
What did you see, Ileana?
I did not see, I said. I sensed something there. But that's not the only thing I sensed today.
Oh?
Something has shifted in Limbo, but I cannot quite put my finger on it. All I know is that whatever is happening is also strangely familiar to me. And when all you knew was darkness and despair growing up, that warm, fuzzy feeling of familiarity is not just a warning sign, but an alarm bell.
I know what you mean. Danger is something I am a little too comfortable with myself. Reminds me of my mother. There is almost a comfort in it.
Yes, you understand. Not many can. I'd like to be left to my thoughts now, Hunter. I still have a lot of thinking to do, while I try to make sense of what I felt at the docks and the energetic shifts that ripple through Limbo. I will let you know if I do.
Yo, it's good to see you.
Well, hello.
Nothing like taking in the New York skyline after driving Hydra back into hiding.
Hey, for someone they just dug up, you look pretty fresh.
Hunter. I should be training.
You need to go?
No, I'm just not the...
I used to relax by hunting bears. The only weapon I brought was myself.
Right, you have to keep up or you'll fall behind.
Because any day...
Yeah, you can't control everything. Dangers crop up. Not every day, but yeah, most days.
Let us be realistic. Every day is impossible.
Exactly. What next? Sleep one night a week? That's how you get hallucinations.
You speak from experience?
Maybe.
Come on, tell me.
Northern Alaska has 2 straight months of darkness per year. Some idiot vampires think they'll find paradise. But no, all these fanged tourists find is Northern Alaska in winter with no one to eat. So they take it out on the local wildlife. Hunter, the worst thing I've had to do is drive a stake through a blood-hungry caribou. They're so majestic, it really gets to you.
What does any of this have to do with hallucinating from lack of sleep?
There were so many caribou, if you slept, you died. By the end, I could swear they were talking to me.
What did they say?
Nothing I care to repeat. There better be a next time.
I'm almost getting used to seeing you on your feet again. Almost.
Fascinating.
I'm glad to see you're getting comfortable with the words of power, Hunter. If you're going to continue our little investigation of the Abbey, they'll be vital to your success.
Investigation?
A side project, but a potentially transformative one. With my blessing, Wanda was working to uncover what may be
Just what in the hell do you think you're doing in here?
Standing in the library?
I've given you free rein so you could get back on your feet, but I never thought you'd pull something like this.
What is it you think I am doing, exactly?
Don't be coy. It does not suit you. I told you how hard it's been since we lost Agatha. Instead of letting it rest, you decide to reopen the wound?
Oh, Sarah. I never thought of this place like that.
Of course you didn't. And now, it's done. Why should I ever stand in your way?
That anger wasn't meant for you, dear. You know that, right? Don't hold it.
She may try to mask her feelings, but you know she is struggling with what happened. Why are you hiding from her?
For most people, the captivating relationships of their lives are formed over a matter of days and years. Sarah and I spent centuries together exploring this world, fighting the darkness, watching cities and even nations form and then crumble. And yet we persevered, together.
You still have not answered my question.
It may be difficult to understand, but she needs this time. Sending Wanda away, sealing the library, that elaborate memorial she conjured up. She didn't waste any time trying to bury what happened.
You are right. I do not understand.
It isn't up to me to reveal myself. It's up to her to accept what happened and allow herself to grieve. When that happens, we'll see each other again, but not before.
I trust you will do what is right for Sarah. So, what is it you are looking at here?
Yes, we should get back to the real reason I asked you to meet me here. Wanda's journal. The Abbey grounds have a great deal of history. Many of its secrets remain hidden, even
to you.
Even to me. Knowing that Sarah had no intent. Of course, being the clever girl.
Ah, I see. Curious.
Hunter, hello. I'm sure it still seems a bit cryptic, but Wanda was definitely onto something.
An investigation that involves experiments.
Since when has that ever stopped you? Let's meet out at the altar. I'll try to do a better job of explaining from there.
Good morning, man.
Charlie will show you the way if you've forgotten. Like most things on the grounds here, there's more to this place than meets the eye. Do you remember the words I taught you as a child?
Are you going to make me say it?
Humor an old, dead woman.
Hocus pocus.
You haven't lost your touch, dear. The words may be simple, but these plinths won't appear for just anyone. Each represents one of the basic elements, their power activated only by the elemental rods they would normally be holding.
And where are the elemental rods now?
Scattered to the wind, unfortunately. A side effect of Wanda's experiments here.
Let me guess.
That's right. I want you to find the missing rods and return them here. Hopefully, as I decipher Wanda's journal, her notes will aid in the search.
But you have not actually told me what the greater purpose is here. What are we doing this for?
All in good time, dear. After what happened with Wanda, I'd rather you take things slowly. In fact, I don't want you overthinking this little project. There's no rush, and you don't have to help if you don't feel like it. But there is one more thing before I head back to the library.
An arcane key?
Just a little something. A token. Like so many other oddities around. Make yourself that person.
That seems
It's more fun that way, isn't it? I'll be in the library working on the translations if you need me, dear. Good luck.
The old magic still holds. What was Wanda up to here? One more to go. There, finished.
The moon seals are ancient talismans of... And in your case, they are the keys to unlocking an even greater gift.
Is that why Wanda was here? In pursuit of this gift?
Just as we started with you as a child, I allowed Wanda to experiment here, with the hope of focusing her powers through training in basic elemental magic.
But that is not what happened.
Wanda's connection to the old gods, to Chthon, was not the same as yours. She isn't descended from the blood, and the trials weren't meant for her.
But you knew this before she started.
I did. And you should understand that I regret not putting a stop to her efforts sooner.
Then what really happened here?
When Wanda tried to use this moon seal to access the next trial, the Bloodgate didn't open. But the seal's power did have an effect. She had visions, both terrible and somehow alluring at the same time. What started as idle curiosity became a compulsion for her.
And now I am on the same path. So, where is the next Bloodgate?
Beyond the Standing Stones, if memory serves. I doubt you'll have any trouble finding it.
Intriguing.
Feeling well today, dear?
You said something earlier
In a world full
about
of mystery.
the blood.
They... And yet,
Are there others?
it's quite...
Would they...
in...
After... What would Wanda...
Until we...
Where did the...
Well, I often call...
Eh?
Many...
The Goddess of Order approves. Caretaker hardly spoke of him, but I like to imagine my father was a great hero whose spirit protected these woods. I was always drawn to this place as a child. Somehow I had almost forgotten about it. I remember when I made these dolls, one for each of us. I wonder if the others are still around here somewhere. What is this? That is something. Interesting. Interesting. That is something. This rubble looks loose. Ah, I see. Was I ever really this innocent? Maybe before I started my training. This is which sign? Blessings of the goddess. Perhaps a witch from the Salem Coven made this. The great seer known as Endra Moore is buried here. Much like Nico, her powers came dangerously close to crossing the line, but she was among the most loyal of the Midnight Suns. The standing stones. There is powerful magic at work here. My old fort. I never got the chance to truly know my mother. Only the monster she became.
I should have known you'd wind up here eventually. You were somehow always here as a child.
If only I had known him. And still you masked even this from me. My own father's grave?
It wasn't you I was hiding it from. I've been making a lot of apologies to you lately. Now, they probably don't mean that much. But I am sorry, Hunter. Lilith's relationship with your father went against our ways, our purpose, or so I believed at the time. It was the Elder Gods themselves who first breathed life into us. Human notions like falling in love couldn't possibly be part of their plan.
And then you met Agatha.
If only I'd...
What happened?
A great sickness came upon this area just before you were born. Your father was one of the first to fall.
With all your power, the two of you, you could not save him?
Lilith was a gifted healer, but this was no ordinary plague. In the end...
What did Lilith do?
She did what anyone would have done. She grieved. But in her grief, she lost herself, and her grief turned into anger.
Is that when you took me from her?
It wasn't long after that. Things started to fall apart before my eyes. I couldn't see another way out, but to run.
The plague that turned her into the mother of demons?
No, this was something else, but cut from the same cloth. Your mother was no longer the woman I knew, the sister I had fought alongside for centuries. She was gone.
I've never heard you talk this way before, Sarah.
It's hard to walk the grounds here without churning up so many old memories. Maybe now you understand why I don't venture.
You were not affected?
We were all affected, whether we were among the sick or not. I'm sure there was a time when your mother and I both would have just as soon joined the dead than continue to watch the villagers suffer.
I cannot imagine you ever reaching that point.
Lilith may have been the most skilled herbalist in the New World. I saw her perform near miracles with the potions she concocted from the plants in her garden. She was consumed by the idea of finding a cure.
But she never found one.
No, despite her efforts, nothing ever worked.
I can see how that would be a dark time for both of you.
With darker times still.
Thank you, Sarah. Your timing may need work, but I appreciate...
Anything for you, Hunter.
only it were always this easy to bring a family together.
Hey.
Tell me about my father.
Believe it or not, you could thank your father for those good looks of yours.
I only have the faintest memory of him.
He was honest. A working man, you could say. Authentic. Of course, I still didn't like him, but that wasn't really his fault. I'm old enough to admit that now.
But he loved my mother?
He loved her, and she was smitten with him. As the story goes, they were happy together. For a time.
Until I came along?
You were an unexpected gift, but a welcome one. Your father was very proud.
I wish I could talk with him now.
I know that feeling all too well, kiddo.
The second blood gate. I should warn you, Hunter. You may find the trial ahead more difficult than I originally let on. The gods will push you harder, and you...
And if I do?
You dust yourself off and you... Or you train, rethink your...
And what if I'm...
Neither of you will be harmed, dear. The Elder Gods want to see what... Well, except Chthon, but you already knew that.
Then I should make an attempt. Well,
I'm sure you'll...
I will do my best.
Oh, and Hunter? I should mention, you'll only be able to make one attempt at the trials per night. When many of the Elder Gods were corrupted and became what we would call demons, the god Atum, born from Gaia herself, was set upon our world to slay these monsters. In that sense, the two of you have had a shared purpose. Fight well, Hunter, and he may just honor you with his blessing.
Lilith has sent you here to die. I hope you are prepared. I am impressed. Now that was something. Want me out of the picture.
A tomb was unleashed and made quick work of the demons, but in the process, he became something of a monster himself. He even became known as the Demogorg.
This is a cautionary tale. Your timing could use some work. They cannot possibly match your strength. Your time has come. This is a serious predicament for you.
You fought well, but these trials weren't meant to be easy. Don't lose hope. I see you found another of our...
How does that work?
Members of the Blood would gather among the stones and enter a sort of meditative trance. They say the gods would hear their thoughts, but the Blood never knew for sure who was listening on the other end. Some of the older texts refer to a series of glyphs etched on the stones, but at first glance they seem to have been scoured clean by time itself.
Could they...
You read my mind, Hunter. I suspect the glyphs are still here. They just need the right words of encouragement, if you catch my meaning.
This is a little cryptic.
It's a clue.
But the Abbey grounds are...
You used to love running around these grounds.
Does not seem right to intrude in their space. Fascinating.
Be you. Come closer. After all these years, it is good to see your face again.
Wish I could say the same, Mother. Now enough with this deception and reveal your true form.
But this is my true form. The way I was when you were just a sweet, helpless little baby. You don't remember that, do you? Well, I do. Bringing you into the world.
and taking you out of this.
I had thought the words of power would open your eyes.
And what truth is that?
The truth they are keeping from.
Wait! Mother! Where did you... Was that really her?
Been watching the way you handle yourself out there, Hunter. You're not bad. I was thinking maybe it's time you and I compare moves.
Moves? As in combat?
More like a friendly competition.
A friendly competition, you say?
Well, recently resurrected teammate competition has less of a ring to it.
The feeling is mutual, Blade.
How about we just fight already?
Before we begin, is there anything else I should know?
Yeah, anything goes. Just don't touch the shades. Now, you want to say it or me?
Say what?
Ding ding.
A successful collaboration.
All right, let's get... How's it going, boss? This never... How does this look? Tony is working.
Always a pleasure.
This should be useful. This will do nicely. Always better to be prepared. All set. This should be useful. This will do nicely.
See if you're as good as they say.
If you can...
I guess I could show you a couple of things.
Later.
Hey, careful. Some of us aren't immortal, quasi-invulnerable demigods. Thanks, Hunter. If you die again, could we bring you back again?
I have no idea.
Strange went on about nigh inconceivable power, and the rarest of curios were expended in your first resurrection. Assuming we had all that, would it work?
Might. Sounds like you have a plan.
Are you kidding? I have 5 plans. If you're the key to all this, keeping you breathing is the only thing that matters. I don't expect it to happen, but I'd rather prepare for it when it does.
Smart.
You mean genius, and yes, I am. There has to be a next time. Let's do it soon, boss. I thought you'd be stuck in the past, but that was fun. Let's do it again. Yeah, after we stop Cthon for a while.
Hey, Hunter, when you've got a minute, could you meet me in the war room?
So, like, Hunter, don't let this go to your head, but I think you're okay.
You do?
Yeah, I mean, I see you trying to make me feel included, and I thought I should take a moment to thank you for not leaving me out. Caretaker makes me feel like a child sometimes, but you don't, so, like, thanks.
Caretaker sees herself as the matriarch of this team, and as a maternal figure, she tends to be protective of her own.
Seriously, Hunter? Are you
Or just protective.
You know what? Never mind. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I see you making an effort to not make me feel like a complete reject, and I appreciate that. I need all the allies I can get on this apocalyptic reality show because I do not want to get voted out of this abbey or off this world.
Reality show?
Just try and not get eliminated, Hunter.
Well, don't leave me in suspense. How are you enjoying the library?
I thought we were past them.
We are, but I'm still allowed to be annoyed with...
Why not? When have I ever made things easy for you?
You had your moments, few and far between, but that's exactly my point. You know what that place, what she meant to me, and you did it anyway.
If I had known it meant this much to you, I would have waited. It was not my intention to defy or hurt you.
Hurt, no. Defy, maybe. At the same time, I know I haven't been very open with you about everything that's happened.
At least we are talking now. Silence between us would only make things worse.
You're right about that. We have bigger things to worry about.
He did risk himself for us without hesitation. We owe him for that, at least.
For once, I think the entire...
I would just follow the trail of destruction.
I'm sure we'll come up... Don't leave poor Spider-Man waiting too long now.
There you are, Hunter. Got time to look at something?
You doing okay?
It's nothing.
What is wrong?
I can't play darts anymore.
Why not?
I can't lose. I get the max score every game. I can even pull off some crazy Robin Hood shots. I've tried blindfolds, facing away from the board, and one-finger throws. Perfect score, every time.
Mastery is a good thing. Now you can put out a challenge to everyone. Defeat Captain Marvel.
At darts.
At darts.
That is the goofiest thing I've heard all week. I love it. One of the X-Men has claims on perfect accuracy. Let's see how perfect. This was a blast, Hunter. I'm trusting you, Hunter, that none of these will poison me. The intel cache we recovered from Hydra's gunship might... With Central's help, I can decrypt these babies in no time. Hunter, you're growing on me. What's new, Hunter? Beginning decryption sequence. Fascinating info here. And by fascinating, I mean I want to blast these creeps to the moon. Now that we've decrypted the intel, let's put what we've learned to good use. Check out the available hero ops. These are the current priorities. See you soon. We've got a situation rapidly developing. I'll be in contact soon, Hunter. What are you doing, Faustus?
Practice makes perfect. Don't stress it too much. There's no wrong answers here.
Can't say I need the practice, but happy to help you out.
Caretaker could have at least left me a chair. Do your thing.
What is it, Charlie? Find something?